Chair of Council, members of the University, distinguished guests, graduands, and your supporters. Today, I have the amazing privilege and pleasure of introducing Manisha Koirala, an individual who is certainly occupying the spaces that our Chancellor has just talked about, an individual whose life and work reflect the very essence of what we stand for at the University of Bradford. Our values of inclusion, innovation, trust, and excellence are embodied by you. Manisha established herself in Bollywood, a male-dominated and highly competitive film industry. Did everybody know that? Yes. So, across a distinguished career spanning more than 3 decades, best known for her performances in Bollywood hits Akila Hum, Akila Tum and Man, and in Netflix' groundbreaking series Hermandi. She has embodied characters with depth and complexity, giving a voice and visibility to the stories of South Asian women, and challenged gender bias, advocating for representation in the arts. Manisha is also committed to inspiring the next generation of artists and thinkers dedicated to her time to lead workshops on storytelling, filmmaking, fostering cultural innovation, and importantly, building bridges between local voices and global audiences. Her artistry has inspired millions of people, but it is her resilience, her advocacy, her compassion that bring her here today to receive this honorary degree. Diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer in 2012, Manisha emerged not only as a survivor, but as a global advocate, working with the Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai, a cancer care charity in Nepal, and now serving as a voice for the UK charity Overcome. This is truly amazing, because living and surviving, but actually being an ambassador following a serious diagnosis of cancer is actually overwhelmingly inspiring and fills me personally with humility. Through her unwavering dedication to support others battling the disease, Manisha is making a significant impact on the health and lives of thousands of women across the world, whether it be challenging the myths that we all know about and the stigma that surrounds ovarian cancer, raising awareness of the importance of early detection, placing a spotlight on critical issues such as health inequalities, which are getting worse. She also launched the Manisha Koirala Cancer Education Fund, a scholarship as a global college at Kathmandu, which supports students who have been impacted by cancer to further their education. As a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations Population Fund, Manisha has also campaigned tirelessly for women's rights, fighting child marriage, advocating for reproductive health, and amplifying, importantly, the voices of those that are marginalised. This was particularly demonstrated through her humanitarian work following the earthquake in Nepal in 2015, where she led the Dignity First campaign, supporting again vulnerable women and children affected by this terrible disaster. And in addition, much like our Chancellor, Anita Rani, who set up the Rani Scholarship to support women in higher education, Manisha has also publicly called to all women worldwide to have full access to education and opportunity to contribute to society. Manisha's life story is not only one of personal success, but of public service, overcoming challenges and using her platform for lasting social impact. She is truly, truly making her difference in many spaces. So, Chancellor, in recognition of Manisha's extraordinary contributions to advancing women's rights, improving access to education, tackling health inequalities, I am honoured to present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Manisha Koirala. I think I have. What a privilege to be able to do this. So, by the authority vested in me, I admit you to Doctor of the University. Congratulations. Thank you.
Need to wear my glasses. Thank you, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of faculty, dear students, parents, and honored guests. I'm deeply humbled to receive this honor. The fact that you think I'm worthy of it, thank you from the bottom of my heart. As a child, I dreamt of becoming a heart surgeon. Life has other plans. I ended up entering hearts of millions through cinema. And today, you've given me a doctorate. So in a way, you've helped me fulfill my childhood dreams in the most unexpected way. Now, standing here before such bright, capable young minds, I wonder, what can I possibly say that might add value to your life? To be honest, when I was at your age, I wouldn't have listened to the most of the advice anyways. And if some of you are like that, it's perfectly fine. So instead of giving you advice, I'll be sharing stories and the lessons I learned along the way. Lesson number 1. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. When I started, I knew nothing about film industry. In fact, some of you here might know more about movies and how movies are made than I did back then. I was not from Mumbai. I was from Nepal. I had no film background, so I did not know the rules. Somehow, I had stumbled into a very big film, which became super hit, and I was the next big thing. I was thinking, oh, that was easy. I was the chosen one. But no, there was something waiting for me, a curveball, a lesson. During that time, a very well-known director, Vinod Chopra, was screen testing, and in Bollywood that time, all the top actresses were queuing up to be heroine of that film. I was also in that queue, fully confident, knowing that I'm the chosen one. But when my chance came, I performed, and I got a shock of my life. The director turned around and said, Manisha, I can't use a term, but he said, you're a very bad actress. It crushed me. I was shattered. I was shocked. I didn't know how to respond. I requested him, mumbling, please, can I get another chance? And he said, okay, come tomorrow, but don't waste my time. I went home nervous, not knowing, not having any answers. What did I do wrong? How can I correct it? What should I do? Whom should I call? I had nothing. I just had 3-page scene in my hand where I had to perform with. So I went home, I locked myself, and told my mom, do not disturb me, I need to get this right. So that whole day, whole night, I was just reading that scene, finding some answers in those 3 pages. And I remember middle of the night somewhere, my mom knocking on the door and saying, "Beta, enough. You'll get other chances. Forget about this. Just eat something. Just go back to sleep. Forget this movie." And I requested my mom, "No, I need to get this right. And please, don't disturb me." And I don't know whether it was 100 times, 200 times, or 1,000 times that I read that scene. But next day, when I went and performed, Vinod Chopra, the same director, he got up and clapped and said, "If you were 0 yesterday, you're 100 today." So that means, dear friends, what I learned from that you need to put in hours. Sometimes you may not have all the answers, but that's okay. Just have that fire in your belly alive. Just that putting the hours and the focus and dedication. No dream is too big or too small. Just go out there and get it. Lesson 2 I learned. Curiosity and excitement can be stronger than fear. This was other film called Bombay. When I was offered Bombay, I had full of doubts. A Tamil film, a language that I did not know, and I had to play a mother's role in my early 20s. And those days, we used to get typecasted very easily. If I did a mother's role, I'll continue doing mother's role for the rest of my life, and I'll never be the main lead. So a lot of my well-wishers, people around me, said, no, you're not going to go there. Do not do a mother's role. Forget about it. But there was this curiosity inside me, a voice, a gut feeling, was saying, what if I can pull through this? What if I can break the mold? What if I do this? After all, this director, Mani Ratnam, is the finest director of our time. I don't want to lose this opportunity. What if I can pull through this? And friends, I went ahead and did that film, and Bombay became the landmark for my entire film career. So remember, not all fears is yours. Sometimes it's passed down by the people who probably do care for you. But instead of that, listen to your curious mind. Listen to your gut instinct. Trust yourself. Choose wisely based on your inner wisdom and curiosity. Choose yourself. Trust yourself. Choose your inner voice. Lesson 3. You can honor your healing and still embrace your calling. In filmy language, we say kattu. But yeah, I'm going to say years down the line, I was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer, which turned my world upside down. And after recovery, I promised myself I'll stay away from many unhealthy things, even emotional darkness, even in work. I was afraid the intense negative roles might impact my health. No proof, but I was just being protective of myself. Then came Hiramandi, a dark, demanding role, exactly what I had decided I'll stay away from. Again, I was in huge dilemma. In one hand, I was protective of my health, and other, a brilliant director's first directorial web series in Netflix. And I decided I'm going to go along, But I'm going to take the director on my side. And we decided to navigate through this issue of not impacting my health, yet performing, giving my soul, my heart, my everything to this role. And we navigated it through creativity. And I did it. And Hiramandi became India's most watched web series on Netflix, around the globe. And last year, I won almost all the awards because of Hiramandi. So I took chance. I used creativity. We as human beings are full of creativity. We can always navigate through our confusions. And I totally believe in win-win situation. I don't believe in one has to sacrifice this, and I think we can get all. So I learned, you can protect your peace and still live your purpose. It's about facing your challenges with creativity and navigating through it. The last one, which I think is the most important one for me. And this story, I've shared it multiple times, and I don't mind sharing it again. During my illness, when many of my friends and family had disappeared, only a few close ones stayed. But there was one visitor who stood out, Dr. Zina ji. She was not an old friend, she was not my fan, and yet every Sunday she would come and sit in the most uncomfortable chair the entire day. One day, out of curiosity, I asked her, Zina ji, why are you doing this? You have friends, you have family, you work so much, and you need one day of rest. She answered in the most simple way, and she said, Manisha ji, so that you do this to somebody else. For me, that was the most simple, yet very deep and profound lesson I learned. I learned that service is just not only about giving money or charities. It can be anything. A warm presence of someone in pain, helping an old woman cross the street, feeding animals when the heat waves are hitting you, or birds. It's just an act of kindness, being compassionate to somebody else. We all share that humanity, and we need to prioritize that. Real service asks for nothing in return, but it gives peace to the soul and meaning to our life. Dear friends, I want to conclude by saying, you don't need to be perfect to begin. You don't need to be fearless to move forward. In fact, fear could be your best companion. You just need to stay curious, stay open, and stay connected to what you love. Keep the fire in your belly alive. There is an intelligence within your passion, a wisdom that knows the way even when your mind doesn't. Trust that. Be all in. Whatever you do, be all in, or don't do it at all. And who knows, one day, just like me, you might be standing here receiving a doctorate from the Bradford University. Thank you. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep shining. World is yours.